Hello and welcome to First Time Excel. My name's Henry Chapman and this is part 2 of the tutorials. Today we'll be exploring inserting and deleting columns and rows, changing column and row widths, how the control key saves a lot of time, the relationship between right click highlighting and the ribbon tabs, and we'll add some numbers using a few different techniques. Okay, here we have a worksheet. With columns and rows. The columns are across the top, and there are these letters here, and the rows are down the left hand side here, and they are labeled with numbers. As I said before, the number box here, the name box, is the name of the cells. So as you can see, D6, that's the name of the cell right there, and that's unique to that position as all the others are. Okay, now with the, I'll put some numbers in here when we'll show you a few things. We'll just do this, do that, and we've got a box of numbers, nothing important. As you can see, the column are all along there. Now we can remove a column by highlighting it in the letter, right clicking in that highlight, and press delete, and it'll take out that column. I'll just go undo, and the same happens with the rows. Highlight, right click, and delete, and it'll take that line out. I'll undo again. You can also use the Control key and highlight the left click the letter in the column, hold the Control key down, and you can pick as many columns as you like to delete. These ones haven't got any numbers, so that doesn't really work, but these ones do. I right click in the letters that are highlighted, not the other ones, or it'll just go out of the system and start again. So I want to take out D. I left click in the D, I hold the Control key down, pick the F, pick the H, right click inside any of these letters that are highlighted, and delete, and it'll take out those three lines, those three columns. Same happens, I'll undo again, and same happens with the rows. I'll pick the 5, 6, and 9, the 12, and right click inside any of those numbers, any of them at all, delete, and it takes out those lines. Very, very handy, especially if you've got a lot of lines across, rows across, or columns across that need to be deleted. Okay, adding columns and rows. I want to put another column in E. I right click and insert, and it'll place a column in there to the left of the F, and if I continue doing it, it'll keep doing it. And if I want to take out those three columns, all I need to do is left click on the letter and hold the left mouse button down to the G here, right click in either EF or G or whatever, as many furrows across as I want to go, delete, and it'll take them columns out. Same down the left hand side of the rows, highlight, I want to insert a row, done, insert, done, insert, on and on. 14, insert, done. And you can see when I insert, it moves the rows down and stays in that line. The rest moves down. Okay, so I can highlight, control, hold control, pick the ones that I want to delete, same as the columns at the top. Alright, I've got all of them. Take my finger off control, highlight any of them again, right click on them and delete, and all those rows disappear. We can also widen the columns and rows. We just left click and we can move the arrow till it changes to double arrows, left and right, and we can move it left and right. When we take our finger off the left mouse, it will stay in that position. We can also highlight the column, right click on the letter and down to column widths, and we can change the width by entering a value. Go 10, and that column has now widened to 10. We can do numerous columns at once. We'll do 3. I move the arrow across, and it could be anywhere in those highlighted letters, and till the 2 double arrows turn up again. Left click and widen, and there we are. Left click, widen, narrow. Went too far then. And there we are. As you can see, that has its own little problems. What I can do is, because they're all highlighted, right click on any of those numbers, column width, and we shall go 8, and there we are. We can also use the control key with this. So I highlight the C per se, could be any letter, and hold the control key down and pick the ones that I want to widen, highlight, right click in any of those for any of those letters, put in my width, and we'll call it, say, 12, and the ones that have been highlighted will open up. We can, same thing applies down the rows. I'll left click there, hold the control key down, pick up a couple of other lines, and open them, and they'll all open to the same width. Only those rows are the same. Happens with the top. Left click, hold the control button, grab a couple, and grab any of these, and they'll all do it. Pull them back, and that's it. Okay, I'll just undo here till we get back to our original grid. Undo is a very handy tool as well. As you can see, hides a myriad of sins, and you can, there we are. Now, still with the control key, Say I wanted to remove some numbers without having to delete the whole column or row. I can highlight one of the numbers I want to delete, left click on that number, hold the Control key down, select all the numbers I want, and that'll do, and delete button on the keyboard above the backspace. I press that and there all those numbers disappear. Very, very handy. I'll just undo that, and there they are, back again. We can also use the Control key to highlight and fill with colors any cells we want. Left click on 3, Control key down, random, or ones that you have particularly you want to highlight with fill. Up in here we've got the color button, the paint button. We pick a color, any color you want, and we can use the Control key to pinpoint for lots and lots of things. Really, really helpful tool. I've picked this 2. I've highlighted that particular cell. Hold the Control key down. Randomly grab some numbers here and release the Control key, and we can change the attributes of those whichever way we want. We'll go more into this later on. And we can continue isolating numbers and colors and cells. I'll pick this 5 here, hold the Control key down, grab this 6, 3, the 2, and I can center, and they won't affect the other colors or in any way. They still can be linked, but that'll be for other tutorials. But that's it for. I wanted to get into the relationship between right click and ribbon tabs, but we'll probably have to do that next tutorial. Thank you very much.